Hey guys, Brian Hilliard here, author of the best-selling book Networking Like a Pro and creator of the popular program How to Get a Steady Stream of Higher Paying Coaching Clients Without Being Pushy. And I gotta tell you, it was an interesting story that I read a while back, and it really, in all places, actually came from American politics. Now, I don't know how much you guys follow American politics, and if not, that's totally fine. But the way it works is we obviously have a Congress, we have a president, and what happens is we elect different representatives in Congress every 2 years. All right, so we do the president every 4 years. I'm sure you know that. Congress is every 2 years, different parts of it. So what happens is during the off presidential years, there will be what's called midterms, okay, where we're actually holding an election on Congress, but it has nothing to do with the president or anything like that. Now, the last one we had, the midterm, was 2018. And I remember I was reading an article on this. We had a high number of people who were either ex-military or ex-first responders, police people, firemen, firewomen too, I'm sure. I just don't know that for a fact, but you get the idea. And a person in the article, they asked one of the ex-military people or whatever, they said, why is it that you think there are so many first responders, ex-military, ex-policemen? Like, why is that? And his answer was really, really interesting. He says, well, I don't know, but maybe it's because, in that line of work as a group, we're all conditioned to run towards the fire. And he says, right now, our country is on fire. I was like, wow, that was just really, really interesting. But you might be thinking, well, that's a good point, but what does that have to do with tire kickers and being able to grow my practice? And really, in a lot of ways, as coaches, we have a tendency to run towards the fire too, don't we? If we see somebody or meet somebody and they're having a challenge in an area that we feel we can help them in as a career coach or as a job search coach or as a business coach or marketing coach or, life coach or whatever, we have a tendency to want to help that person out. We run towards the fire, all right? And that's a good thing. Most coaches are like that. But the problem is that can create a situation where if you're running towards a person who actually is not really a legitimate client, while you're running towards them, you're not thinking about pricing. You're not thinking about coachability. You're not thinking about is this the right fit for me? You just see a problem, and myself included, we see a problem, we run towards it, and bing, bang, boom. But what ends up happening is if you don't watch out, you can wind up actually chasing a tire kicker. And the rule that I like to use is very straightforward. It says, make sure you spend more energy working and marketing and driving towards the rule versus the exception. A lot of times, coaches who find themselves talking to a lot of tire kickers do the exact opposite. They find themselves spending energy towards the exception. Oh, well, I know this person, might not look like my ideal client, but, they need my help. Or I know this person, has been hard to get in touch with, and I feel like I'm chasing, but they need my help. Or I know this person is blah, 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 but they need my help. Running towards the fire. Tire kickers can be a big thing, but part of it is actually our fault. And if you're finding yourself spending a lot of time talking to tire kickers and doing some of that stuff, take a look at where you're spending your energy. Are you running towards the rule? What's the rule, Brian? The rule is your buying market. The rule is coachability. The rule is, do I understand a clear, specific problem and challenge that they're having? The rule is, do they call me back? The rule is, does the process feel like it's moving or does it feel like it's stalled and I'm constantly having to keep pushing? That's the rule. Anything else is the exception. I'm not saying that the exception never works out. It does. It's worked out for me, okay? But the rule, by definition, is that, and therefore the exception, by definition, is that. Market and put energy towards the rule, and you will find yourself in a situation where you're talking less to tire kickers and instead spending more time talking to people who can actually afford your rates. As a matter of fact, we actually have a small group class coming up. It's called How to Get a Steady Stream of Higher Paying Coaching Clients Without Being Pushy. And we go over all kinds of good stuff. Essentially what we do is we talk about a process that has you stop talking to tire kickers and start engaging more people who can actually afford your rates as a coach. Now, here's how it works. We have 6 sessions every other week, and they're for an hour each. The small group is anywhere from 2 to 20 folks, all right? And what we do is we talk about things like creating a clear, consistent marketing message for you. That's a big challenge for a lot of people. They feel like everything is kind of all over the place. clear, consistent marketing message helps you get on track. We also talk about what you can do from a programs, pricing, and packaging. I call that making yourself more consumable, and it makes it so people are easy, so that you're easy to buy from as a coach, and your prospective clients can see how to quickly and easily fit into your paid service offerings. We talk about the money conversation and 9 steps for turning leads into paying clients. All kinds of good stuff. How to get a steady stream of higher paying coaching clients without being pushy. Small group. If you want more information, just check it out. practicebuilderblog.com/steadystream. That's practicebuilderblog.com/steadystream. It's got all kinds of information over there. You can check that out and you can go from there. But in the meantime, my name is Brian Hilliard saying so long, take care, and thanks so much for your time.